Yeah, man, welcome to everybody who check in on the live. Now, today Manchester United rolled over to San Mames in Bilbao in the Basque region of Spain and delivered a 1-2-3 hammer blow. You know, like when Jurgen Klopp rile up the Liverpool fans on him, ha, ha, ha. Yeah, man, up stepped Manchester United today and delivered a hard three in their first half, putting them into a big spliff. Bilbao had no answer to Manchester United after the first 20 minutes. Now, I must say, earlier when the match had started, I saw Bilbao started good, having a few shots, and Iñaki Williams having a decent header to try and score. However, their miss is not our business. Their miss and their poor finishing is not our business. We rolled up to San Mames. We did the right thing. We put them in a split. One big foot into the finals. One big foot into the finals. And I don't care who we play in the finals. Bozo, Glimt, or Spurs, they will be getting it. At the form that Manchester United are in, there is no team that's going to beat us. I'm calling it now. There is no team that's going to beat us. Gunners, me see a check in, come watch what I go on over here. So I'm big up to all our Arsenal fans who came over here to squeeze in and see what's happening. Yes, Manchester United did what they did best, and that was win in Europe. We are unbeaten in Europe. We are the form team, and let's have a look at the match today. Now, going into today's match, there was a bit of question marks over some players. Amad Diallo had recently returned to training. Matthias De Ligt had recently returned to training as well. Luke Shaw is made of glass. We all had our concerns about Luke Shaw, and it was a bit of surprise to some persons that Victor Lindelof had started today. However, some prats over there on the United stand countdown to kickoff. I was watching and I heard those prats saying Victor Lindelof in 2025. Come on. This Sheikah, big up yourself, Monsieur Check-in. Come on. These guys do not have a clue, or they obviously have an agenda. Because Victor Lindelof, in a match like this, oh my goodness, he's the captain of Sweden. He can easily handle this. Now Lindelof start in the absence of Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw must be wrapped up in cotton wool, and if you need to keep him in good shape, you need to make sure that you protect him and manage his minutes. So Lindelof started in the back line alongside Harry Maguire and Lenny Euro. Nusser Mazraoui was at right back and Dorgu holding down the left back spot for Manchester United. And that defense there had a big question mark as far as some persons were concerned, and that was Lindelof. However, Lindelof showed his quality. He even stopped a certain goal in the first half with a beautiful block, putting his body on the line, and I'd expect no less from the Iceman, the captain of Sweden, and Swedish persons will not accept anything less as well. So he did very, very, very well today, and I'm proud of his performance. Now there was a lot of chatter that, hey, Bilbao are the favorites, it's at their home in San Mames, that's where the final is going to be played. We don't care, blood. We rocked up and we put these man in a spliff today. 1, 2, 3 rolls and the spliff was completed. 3 pull and the spliff was finished. Now, they had their injuries, but we don't care. Their top goal scorer was missing and a few others. However, your reckless play has nothing to do with us and what we do as Manchester United players. Now, in the 30th minute, Lord Maguire decided not to pass to Garnacho, who has been fucking selfish, by the way. I gotta say this. He has been very, very selfish. All right. Governor Black. So when we see the first goal, me almost don't get happy. Because remember, say, Onana in the goal, you know. Yeah, man. Onana has been quite questionable. Onana has been quite questionable this season. And it had me very nervous. Very nervous. I must say I was very nervous. However, he didn't have much to do, but when he was called upon, he did his thing. And he helped to get persons confident after playing a bit longer and playing a bit more. The passes were crisp, they were on point, there was nothing going astray. So it was pretty good. And when Lord Maguire popped up on the wing in the 30th minute, and instead of passing to Garnacho, he decided to turn into prime Lamine Yamal. Yamal would be very proud. Harry Maguire beating his man, crossing into the box. Ugarte with a flick onto the back post and an easy goal for Casemiro. 1-0 to Manchester United. What a great start. If you had offered me that, I would have taken the arm, the leg, the head, the neck, the torso, everything, just for that. 1-0 to Manchester United from a beautiful cross from Harry Maguire. He did very well. And He's a prime example to show a person that, hey, adversity has nothing to do with anybody. Yeah, man, welcome to the life. Adversity has nothing to do with anybody. When Harry Maguire made that cross into the box and Ugarte flicked it on and Bruno scored, Bilbao's fans got into a frenzy. They demanded a response from their players. Manchester United played it very well, and 5 minutes later, there was a cross coming into Rasmus Højlund, where Vivian held on to him to stop a short tapping. We would have been 2-0 because they had committed too many persons forward, and we would have gotten to 2-0. No, Vivian had other ideas. Vivian took him down, and I don't want to hear, oh no, it wasn't a red card or it was a red card. It was a red card. The ref checked it, VAR checked it and confirmed. And I must big up VAR and that ref. They did a beautiful job with all the stress that the refs in Spain has been under because of what Real Madrid has been doing to them recently. This ref stayed up and he did very well, despite of all that pressure from the San Mames crowd today. And it can be a bit hostile down there, but hey, we didn't care. No, when Vivian received that red card, it was like Leon all over again in my mind. I was hoping that Manchester United do not concede another goal like we did against Leon. However, we did pretty well to jump up and find a 2-goal lead in the 37th minute, where Bruno Fernandes converted a penalty, a stonewall penalty. There was no complaints on the Bilbao persons, and trust me, they like to complain. They like to complain so much. Bruno Fernandes stepped up and without a question in mind, Bruno Fernandes converted the penalty. 2-0 to Manchester United. And the captain kept on pushing and doing his thing. So Casemiro scored first, Bruno up next. Then in the 45th minute, here come Manchester United on the attack again. Manuel Ugarte with a beautiful pass into Bruno Fernandes. Wonderful finish. Game wrapped up. All finished. Bilbao in a spliff, rolled up and smoked. Smoked so easy. There was no trouble for Andre Onana. I would have loved to have gotten a fourth goal because the title of this would have been Don't Even Show Up for Old Trafford. However, with respect to Bilbao and the persons that they have over there, let us be respectful and have them or give them the chance to come and show up and get another beating. Now, in the 49th minute or the 4th minute of added time, there was a corner by Manchester United and there was a beautiful setup for Nusser Mazraoui who made a huge shot smacked off the post. That should have been like what happened with Rafinha yesterday. However, the post had other ideas, the ball went out. My only downside from today was we should have gotten 4 or 5. This should have gotten 4 or 5, but credit to Bilbao, they had stuck to their guns, and they're not an easy team to score against either. I think Bilbao has the best defense in the top 5 leagues this season. They only conceded 10 goals in the last, I think it's 8 months, because we have August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, and now we're in May. We're in the 10th month. So they're averaging 1 goal per month at San Mames. So they didn't concede a lot of goals. Credit to the big bad Manchester United. We went there and we scored 3 beautiful goals. 1 beautifully converted penalty, and the other goals were really well crafted. Yeah, man. Really well crafted goals. And as a Manchester United fan, I'm going to celebrate this blood. I am going to celebrate and enjoy this. Rick Roy said they only conceded 2 goals in the Europa League before today. Whoa. Interesting stat. Interesting stat. So they had a very, very good defense. And they were breached by the big bad Manchester United. And I cannot overemphasize how proud I am of this team. And speaking of being proud, let's have a look at some of the performances today. And there are a few teams overcome, say, 2 at home before today. All right. So in the Europa League. So 2 at home in the Europa League. And in terms of La Liga, I know they only conceded 10. So they were a very, very good defensive team. And possibly that's why we're going to back them up some more, because conceding, so this is it. This should have been the finals. This should have been the finals now. Over them yard, we and them, and we go flag them 3-0 and run out there with the trophy. Oh, anyways, let's look at it from a positive standpoint. We went there. We've gotten the experience of San Mames. We've gotten the experience, and we've gotten the experience of playing in that stadium. Yeah, man. And we did ease up off of the gas in the second half, which was the only downside for me. That was the only downside for me. Some of our players need to start learning to pass more. Mount, only Mount wanted to really score. I wasn't quite satisfied with Mason Mount performance today, overcome, because while there were some moments, but his decision makings in the final third were pretty poor. Some of his passing were off, and I think I think he needs a bit more match sharpness, and I think that was what was missing. Two of my disappointing players today were Garnacho and Mount. It is the best game for us so far that I've seen, with the exception of the previous one against Leon. But what this have over Leon's match, we were defensively solid, we were very sound and clinical in attack. Manchester United have been struggling for goals. Andy Martinez, I see you, my friend. Manchester United have been struggling for goals, so it was a bit of a surprise because, all right, I was in a meeting, and when I came out and I checked the score and I saw 2-0, and when I refreshed, I saw 3. I had to bolt and go and have a look to confirm if my eyes were telling me the truth or something. Garnacho should have scored. He's someone who needs to be pulled aside and taught a few lessons. I saw him make a comment on Lamine Yamal's post saying, best player in the world. How ironic, mate. If there's one thing that you could have learned from Yamal is stop shooting from silly distances and actually put a cross in. Rasmus Højlund has struggled because of Garnacho's lack of cross as a number 10, and somebody needs to pull him and remind him of his creative responsibilities as a Manchester United player. Alejandro Garnacho needs to work on his passing and creativity. He has a lot to learn, as Rick Roy said. Yeah, man. However, let's not dwell on the negative and let's dwell on the positive. One of the major positives from this match today was Lord Maguire. Lamine Maguire. Yeah, man, Lamine Maguire. Now, it has been a while that I've seen somebody dribble past Harry Maguire. I have never seen Harry Maguire dribble past someone. No, Harry Maguire took this game, and Garnacho has greatness in him. Yes, Harry Maguire took this game by the scruff of the neck, and he's one of the honourable mentions for today, as far as that is concerned. Andy Martinez, how you doing? Check in with your comments, man. Harry Maguire was one of the standout performance today. I mean, it's the first time in years I've seen him dribble past someone. He had Garnacho on the outside, and he sent such man go a shop. Send him go a shop, go buy chicken back. Yeah, man, and a piece of bread. Best winger we had since Cristiano Ronaldo. When Harry Maguire stepped forward and dribbled past that defender, and I had to get the picture with him. So, yeah, man, see me? See me? Papi Show, fully Mbappe. Yeah, man. Run up on him. Instead of passing to Garnacho, he went around him and made a beautiful cross into the box. It was such a good run of play that I was so happy for Harry Maguire doing this. And he's faced a lot of adversity and he's come through as a solid player for Manchester United. Top up his screen, my people. Yeah, man, and share the live as well. When Maguire went around that defender, it was like watching Cristiano Ronaldo or Nani back in the good old days. Just because he has less melanin. But yeah, man, Lord Maguire did a beautiful cross today and get it done. Overcome. Well, respectfully follow. Yeah, man, and I will reciprocate shortly. Yeah, man. So, Maguire playing in the back line as the senior player. He had Lenny Euro under his arm. He had Lindelof, who has been playing with him for quite some time, and they have gotten their fair share of criticism, but he led them pretty well. Onana is shaky behind him. It's not like they have David De Gea behind him to give them any form of confidence. However, what Maguire did was also something that rubbed off on the other players. This guy is playing at the top of his game. World class. Build him a statue. All right, let's not get ahead of ourselves. But yeah, man, credit to Harry Maguire. He's done very, very, very well in recent matches. And for today, I saw where most persons gave him a rating of 7.4. But for me, at least a 7.5. At least a 7.5 for Harry Maguire. He was amazing today. Another person who his experience showed and rose to the top today was Casemiro. Now, I'm going to put my hand up first, and I'm going to apologize to Senor Casemiro, because I made a few fucked up statements before. Raj, welcome to your live. I've made a few messed up statements before that Casemiro's legs are gone, he should go, and I want to apologize for that. What he needed was something to motivate him and something that he could have played for. Maguire has always showed up in big games. That's not a lie. That is correct. That is correct. Yeah, man. Overcome saying beat him too, you know. Yeah, man. We did Casemiro pretty bad because of his lack of pace in the Premier League, and it was shown up. But where he lacks in pace, he makes up in brain power. Now, a few years ago, I was speaking to an elderly man, and that elderly man, he was about 95 years old. He turned to me and said, young boy, you think you can drive like me? It's the only thing that you have over me is a physical body that can actually handle the truck. But the brain power does not goes away. And these persons, When they get older and more mature, the brain kicks in and it works a lot better. And Casemiro showed us this today. And he's showed us fairly into the Europa League for quite some time. Let's have a look at his performances today. All right. Now, Casemiro, he got the memo. He who knows how to play in Spain, he knows they press a lot, and he had the most one-time touch passes. The moment the ball came to Casemiro, 1-2, 1-2. He didn't hold on to the ball like Garnacho and Ugarte and a few of the others. Mazraoui, they were standing on the ball, getting trapped when they were pressed by multiple opponents. Casemiro showed us today what a midfield maestro could do and should do in Europe. The moment he got the ball, one time, and he was pinging his passes. I mean, you have to can control to play with Casemiro. You know? If you cannot control the ball playing with Casemiro, you're in trouble because the passes have zip and they're coming at you pretty quickly. So when Casemiro received the ball, before anybody could press him, bang, he passed it, bang, he passed it into the midfield, into the wingers, back to the defenders, into the channels. Everything that was positive was all about this guy today. And this guy was one of our best performers. I give him a 9 out of 10 performance for today. And for the tenacity and determination that he has shown to come back and bring Manchester United to where they need to be. And I'm very proud of the work that he has done, and he's come back to be an amazing player for Manchester United. Big up Casemiro, man. A beautiful goal in the 30th minute to start off proceedings. And let's have a look back at what he did at Old Trafford. A lot of players would have shot, respectfully gifts Rick Roy, a lot of players would have taken a shot the other day against Leon when they saw the goal open up. They're naming lights, oh, I'm going to get good and all of these. Casemiro said, hold on a minute. Let me put it into the back post where Harry Maguire is, and he could easily get a goal. And these two guys combined and put it into the back of the net to send Manchester United through to the semi-finals, and they've showed up again today with beautiful play, leadership, consistency on the ball, and they've gotten their fair share of criticism, but let us give them their fair share of praises as well. Now, Manchester United have been buying a lot of young players as well, as you would have observed. Today we signed another 17-year-old. What we need for these young players that we're signing is experience. The experience of Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, Luke Shaw will be going. I will not be counting him. Harry Maguire, Lindelof will be going along with Eriksen. I won't be counting him. But these guys and their experience should guide the younger ones that we have. Lenny Yoro needs guidance. Oh, and Martinez is also a header, or a leading player, so to speak, that should help guide these young players. Yoro needs guidance. Hamas needs guidance. Garnacho needs a lot of guidance. Rasmus needs a bit of guidance. Let's put another forward beside him. I say we go get Victor Osimhen and put beside Rasmus Højlund, and we can do it. Yeah, man. Rasmus needs a bit of guidance. Menu needs a bit of guidance. And playing beside Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes, that should be the perfect guidance for you. Just like growing up when the guys were playing for Manchester United, the David Beckhams, the Paul Scholes, the Ryan Giggs, they had the other guys to guide them, like the Eric Cantona, the Steve Bruce, the other guys. Chaps, Monsieur check-in. The big bad Manchester United did what they should have done. And I heard that Chelsea in the Poundland League won their matches as well. Rick Roy says Mazraoui had a pretty good crack at the bar today. Very, very good shot today in the 48th minute or the 4th minute of extra time. Yeah, man, it should have been 4-0. I needed it to be 4 or 5-0 to say, hey, don't even bother showing up at Old Trafford. Jose Ramos, welcome to the live. Yeah, man. So when they did that, and I'm speaking about the class of 92 here. When they were growing up, they had these bigger heads to guide them. And what can Harry Maguire, Casemiro, Nusser Mazraoui, Matthias De Ligt, and Bruno Fernandes give to them alongside Martinez is experience and guidance. Chaps say next season at the league alone and not play. No, chaps, we're going to win the Europa League. Manchester United is going to win the Europa League. Mark this, cap this, record this. The big bad Manchester United will be back in San Mamés, lifting that trophy on that beautiful stairs there. The only problem I had with San Mamés Stadium today was where they put the Manchester United fans. It was all the way up in a canopy, way up there, so. And so to speak, it was difficult to support our team. But the fans, they were singing Ruben Amorim right through. Chaps, if we don't win that, me done with football. Chaps, if you will lose the Conference League, done with Chelsea, I can tell you that. So we have a few Chelsea fans here mouthing off a bit. Yeah, man, I think if they should lose, and I'm fully bringing Betis, Anthony, or David De Gea from Fiorentina. All right? Continuing now my side. We need to look at the man of the match. And the man of the match today was no other than the Magnifico, Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, man, Askel, we have a very good chance to win it. And as Spurs we are playing against. Now, Bruno Fernandes, the amount of beating that this guy has received from Manchester United fans, ridiculed by other fans. Chaps is no exception, and the others. Ridiculed by other fans. However, if there's everyone in this world is great, Bruno Fernandes is greater. I can tell you that. I do not want to hear anybody comparing Bruno Fernandes with anybody. Kevin De Bruyne can't hold a candle to him. Nobody can't hold a candle to him. This guy gets better with age. He's reminding me a lot of Luka Modric. I remember Gary Neville taking the absolute piss, saying Bruno Fernandes wanted to come off the field when we got 7-0 against Liverpool. Absolutely not. You're talking out your ass, mate. Nonsense. And I do not support that. Bruno Fernandes stepped up today with two wonderfully taken goals. A penalty that was never in doubt. Never in doubt of being given, never in doubt of him missing. Just as he did in the previous match. Bang, bang. Two beautiful goals. Put his team on his back and led us together right through. I was so proud of watching my captain running around in San Mames. 1-2 with Casemiro, knocking the leather, taking the piss out of the fans who were whistling, trying to put some pressure on the referee. Yeah, man, the big bad Manchester United went down to the Basque country and gave them a big beating. Yeah, man. So, as far as the persons who are hoping that Spurs win, let's hope that Spurs get past Bodo Glimt. Speaking of Spurs, they played against Bodo Glimt today, and they went into a 3-0 lead quite easy with the Spurs tactics. However, Spurs had received a few injuries. I think it was James Madison and Richarlison who got injured in the first half, and they had to come off. So as far as they're concerned, they have those injuries to sort out. Manchester United have players getting back fit. Let's hope Diogo Dalot gets fit, and everybody can be ready for the finals. And I want to put this out there from now. I don't want to hear anybody coming around here with their nonsense when we lose on Sunday. I don't want to see any first team players on that pitch on Sunday. I don't want to see anybody going too hard, getting injury on Sunday. We all know that our priority is the Europa League. Chaps, behave yourself. We all know that our priority is Europa League. So, when we play Brentford on Sunday, we should be playing the kids. I want to see Harry Amas. I want to see a little bit of Luke Shaw, a little bit of Dorgu. Rasmus can get about 45 minutes. And the others who possibly needs a bit of game time. Christian Eriksen, give him a game. Give Mason Mount a start. But Manchester United should not be putting out a strong team against Brentford come this Sunday. Rest the players. Stay over there and train in Spain. A bit of warm weather before you come back to England. Train over there in Spain. We know ball chops, we're being logical. We don't have a 40-man squad like Chelsea, you know. Rest over there in Spain, my team. And let us get fit and rested to play against Bilbao at Old Trafford in 7 days' time. And then we can reach the finals, do a bit of training, a bit of kickabout with the rest of the matches in the league. We're going to finish about 14th or 15th. I'm going to hold my hands up. We're going to say that Manchester United will finish about 14th or 15th. However, with such a huge possibility on the line of winning a European trophy, making sure that we're on a podium, medals around our neck. When me, chaps, so no win all the alive, they're not bridging. A problem here, you know. Me can tell you that. And for all the Arsenal fans who come on here and Chelsea fans who give us the business to say all these things, when we win that Europa League trophy, it will be over for you guys. Nobody cannot play in a Poundland Champions League version like what respect Itan Fire. Big up yourself. Talk to me then, King Mike. Nobody like how Chelsea are trying to win the Conference League, and I hope that Anthony wins that Conference League because from our perspective, Rashford is playing well, Sancho is playing well, Anthony is playing well, and we're going to chop a food off a couple of those teams to ensure that we have some players so we can build for next season. Alexis, welcome to the live. We can build for next season, and when we get these players on board at Manchester United, then let's kick on so we get back into the Champions League, win a few trophies, and I want to say this for all the prats and twats who keep on saying Ruben Amorim out. Are you proud of yourselves? No, yeah, I'm talking to you. Are you proud of yourself for trying to destabilize this club by saying Amorim out? These were not his players. These were not his signings, with the exception of a 20-year-old that we took from a relegation-threatened team in Italy in the form of Jeremy Dorgo. And yes, chaps, we're going to win the Europa League. Yeah, man. Ruben inherited these players. Yes, overcome. Yes, so these are not his players. He needs to be given at least 3 transfer windows. I say at least 3 transfer windows. and then we can judge him. Jamie, I see you check in. Welcome, Red Cup boss. Talk to me how you feel about the match today. Yeah, man. These are not his players, and we need to support him. Get behind the team. Shut up and support this team. Let's be real. We don't have Mbappe, Messi, Neymar, and prime Ronaldinho behind them, with Zidane, Gattuso, and Pirlo in the midfield. And then we have Zanetti, Maldini, Sergio Ramos, and Rio Ferdinand and Evra at the back. No, we don't have that. Yeah, Red Cup boss, big of yourself, one Red Devils. And as we're celebrating this win today, oh my goodness, this is amazing. This is amazing. If you had offered me a 3-0 win from even the beginning of the tournament, I would have snapped off every hand that offered that. So, credit to Manchester United for scoring their goals. Credit to Manchester United for keeping a clean sheet. And, all right. Chaps, say nobody don't want to go on Man U. Yeah, man, over yourself. See, we shake down Chido Obi Martin from Arsenal. Shake off Aiden Haven of Arsenal as well. And we are pre-Ethan one area as well, because he needs to come over there. Josh Ashimpong from Chelsea needs a club. He needs to come to Manchester United and be an understudy for Diogo Dalot. Yeah, man, thanks for your gift them. Thanks for the taps. Thanks for the likes. As we continue. Now, for whatever team that you support, and I want to say to the fans who are out of Europe, how does it feel to know that you're not in a semi-final heading towards a final? Are you proud of yourself? Are you proud of your team that you're not in any form of European competition heading into a finals? Yes, Manchester United is sitting pretty well down there. You rejected Madrid, said overcome. Yes, he did, and came to Manchester United. All right. Yeah, man, we'll probably have a buy Toffee, which is a good and experienced player as well. We can come in and support and teach Lenny Euro and Rasmus Island as well. However, as I'm saying, how does it feel for all of those who are not in any form of semi-final trying to get to a finals? And by the way, here's a battle cry to PSG. You need to knock out Arsenal. We cannot be over here talking about European football and then Arsenal trying to get into that final. So I call upon you, Luis Enrique. I call upon the PSG Ultras. I call upon every fan in football. PSG, if you love football and mean them no good, get rid of Arsenal out of that. We cannot believe how quiet this place has been since they've lost, and that should be the best. Under the under the crest of my 2010 jersey, I see believe. Definitely, we have to believe. Yes, chaps, we can definitely agree on that. We will agree that Arsenal, we can believe that Arsenal will drop out. Can you imagine when Manchester United win this trophy? Arsenal drop out. They're warring with Wisinko. This is a good one. Overcomes the Arsenal a war with Wisinko for battling work. Yeah, man. Which is good. For real. Now, back to the match at hand. Bruno Fernandes has gotten his fair share of criticism for his poor form last season, and at the beginning of this season, as it did stretch over there a bit into this season. And while it was warranted, some of it was not warranted. I must say that. No, he took it on board. I remember Roy Keane giving it to him. Oh, he's not captain material. Oh, he's not this. He's not this. Gunners don't know if win. Oh, they're going to win cup. Yeah, man, because the other day I was listening to Crystal Palace heckling the Gunners fans. You know, they have this song that said, second again, la 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 la. Yeah, man, they were giving it to him. Yeah, man, share the live and tap the screen, my team. So I'm here. Let's open the floor a bit to persons. What team do you support, and what are your thoughts of who is gonna win this Europa League? No, sir, we won't be trophyless this season. What are your thoughts on who's gonna win this Europa League this season? I mean, looking at this is a perfect opportunity. Marcelo, welcome to the live. This is the perfect opportunity to get into Europe, have another European trophy under our belt. Give it to our fans who hated us. Give it to the ones who keep on heckling us, silencing the ones who are hammering out. How dare you? This man is all positivity. He has come, he's delivered the change that we need. He's gotten rid of Rashford, shipped out Anthony, who was not performing, but he's doing well now. Remember when on about the Yellow Submarine last time, and we're going to make that right by putting Bilbao in another split at Old Trafford. I remember when David De Gea missed the penalty against the Yellow Submarine in the finals. Yeah, man. Glory upon the trophy, man. Glory, Man United. We will be getting it. But yes, I remember when unfortunately that should have been a trophy that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer won, and we lost to Villarreal in that Europa League finals a few years ago. I was absolutely gutted. I was absolutely gutted. It was not a good feeling losing to Villarreal and Unai Emery, and they did give it to us. I did not overcome that for quite some time. I do not want to have a repeat of this. I need to see expressions oozing crying. I need to see the Tottenham fans crying. I need to visit the Arsenal fans with my trophy and say, hey, this is what a European title looks like. Good luck next season. That is what I want from this one. That is what I want from this one. So, looking at things from a wider perspective, transfers, all of these doors can open when we win this. There's going to be £100 million that is going to be given to us. Spurs is going to lose the next match on penalty, and I would hope for Bodo Glimt to beat them because it would have been an easier draw for us to beat Bodo Glimt in the finals. Now, at the bigger a Glimt one play. Looking at the bigger picture, if we win this Europa League, or when we win this Europa League, we will have 100 million to bring into the club. Whatever the Glazers plan to do with it, I hope the majority is channeled towards improving this team. That way we can get more quality players and improve the standard of play. Getting a quality striker up front, either Jokeres or Osimhen, and getting more quality midfielders. We need wingbacks. We need wingbacks, one more winger and one forward, and at least two more midfielders. I'm proposing Edison from Atalanta as one of the midfielders, and with the legs of Casemiro, which will be deteriorating next season, we can also get possibly another Spanish midfielder, somebody to help us hold the ball and bring and knit the team together. To knit this team together. Yeah, man. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let us actually win this trophy. Let us actually get into this final. Let us actually put Spurs in a split. And then we can also speak proudly of what we're going to be doing. All right? But yeah, man. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for sharing your thoughts. I'm going to say to all of the haters them in the group. I want in here with me I wait for Chelsea lose. You know? Somebody in here with me I wait for Chelsea lose because we're going to be doing a live dedicated to heckling these guys. Yeah, man. I may have notes and receipts of what I'm not going with. Yeah, man. Yeah, begging for we don't win. Alvaro and Esteo, welcome to the live. How you felt about losing today to Manchester United? How do you feel about losing to Manchester United? Yeah, man. We did roll up and we did the right thing over there at San Mames. And when they come back to Old Trafford, we will be repeating that beating. It may not be a 3-0, but let us hope it at least 2-0. And let's go over to the finals, deal with who we should be dealing with, and then we can call it today. All right? Thanks everyone for watching. See you in a few as we will be going live with our EA Sports FC, where we'll be taking Bromley FC to win the Premier League and the Champions League. I'm positively hopeful that we will be winning something else. See? So if for all the EAFC fans, if you're a FIFA or EAFC fan, you can tune in about 1 hour, and at about 9 o'clock, you'll be there playing some FIFA. All right? Yeah, man. Big up on yourself. Gracias. All right.